6, 5. Thank you all for joining us. Today is Tuesday, June 16th, 2020, and we will bring our Education Committee meeting to order. First, I will call the roll prior to us jumping into our agenda. So if you could please unmute yourselves and let me know who are present. Councilwoman Porterfield obviously is here. Councilman Cash. Councilman Druffel.
Here.
Councilwoman Evans. Councilor Hancock.
Present, thank you.
Councilmember Hurt.
Present.
Councilmember Lee. Councilmember Rosenberg. I see Councilmember Rosenberg on the call, but I assume he's having some technical difficulties.
I think he's on another call. I mean, on another meeting. He's in another meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I know there's some kind of problem there. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Looks like he's here now.
Oh, Councilmember Rosenberg, are you with us? Councilmember Sawara?
Here.
Councilmember Toombs?
Present.
Thank you so very much. So it does appear that we have a quorum. Thank you all again. If we could have someone to make a motion pursuant to Governor Lee's Executive Order number 16 regarding electronic meetings as extended by Executive Order number 34, I make a motion that this committee meeting agenda constitutes essential business of the Metropolitan Council and that meeting electronically is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Thank you so much. It has been moved and properly seconded. We have one item on our agenda today on third reading. That's BL 2020-294 Mendez and Allen, which repeals the Metro Code and abolishes the Community Education Commission effective July 1st, 2020. We did receive a letter from the sponsor. Would anyone like to move that amendment, move that bill?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. It has been moved and properly seconded. Do we have any discussion on it? Councilwoman Sorora.
Since this is another meeting, I'm going to just repeat myself and say that I'm against the abolition of the Nashville Education Commission. And I'm going to vote against the bill.
Thank you, Council Member. I think that the discussion that you had or the insight that you gave in the last meeting was very important. If you don't mind, for the purpose of the viewing audience as well as your fellow committee members, do you mind giving a little more information that may help people get a better understanding?
No, ma'am, I don't mind. My understanding is that the Education Commission, based on the budget that we vote on tonight, will continue if we vote on the Mendez budget or the mayor's budget. But if we do vote on Councilmember O'Connor or Glover, then the commission will be abolished. And I am against abolishing something that is actually set up to help our community get an education, to better themselves, to have economic empowerment, something that helps people to get over the hump of losing their job. I think it's something we need to keep in our community. And so education is important to me. And just in case, since we don't know which version of the bill of the budget will be passing, I would recommend that we all vote against this bill and allow our community to have opportunity to have access to better themselves through the training that the commission provides. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Sorora. Councilmember Druffel, you're recognized.
Yeah, I'd echo Councilwoman Suarez's comments. I've heard from several people in my district that find the value of some of the offerings are really fantastic, give us a lot of diversity support. So I'd be voting against it.
Thank you so much, Council Member. Council Member Hurt, you're recognized.
I too, thank you very much, Madam Chair. I too think that this is one of Nashville's treasures, and they are doing some amazing work with very, very little. And it doesn't really require a lot in order for them to make a great impact. And for us to demolish it or abolish it for a small amount of money with them doing such extraordinary things. This is an outlet where people who ordinarily would not have an opportunity to get an education can go and get that education. They can learn things that they've always wanted to learn. And throughout all of the troubles that we're having, there needs to be some bright light. And I think that Nashville Education Commission is one of those, the Education Center is one of those bright lights, and I stand with this staying within our budget.
Thank you so much, Council Member Hurt. Councilor Hancock, you're recognized.
To echo many words of my colleagues, I've heard nothing but rave reviews of this community support center, really, and the fact that it really serves people of all ages and all walks of life. And I too think that it's a gem, and we need to hold on to it if we can. I did tap into the tail end of that last meeting that was on the same WebEx, and I heard a question, I think from you, Chair Porterfield, about the staffing. Would you mind repeating what we learned about staffing and if everyone would return?
That was actually for a different entity, Counselor. That was not for the Community Education Commission.
Okay, super. Thank you for clarifying for me. I know that we're going to have a lot of clarification tonight, and I don't want to get this wrong, but I, am really in support of the Community Education Commission. I think it would be a shame to lose it.
Thank you so much, Counselor. Director Cooper, are you on the call?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Thank you. Could you clarify for us if this does not pass, and assuming a budget passes that does not include this legislation, what would happen next? What would the consequence of that be?
It would just be an entity without any funding. So it would exist as a commission, but it would have no staff or operating funds.
Thank you so much, Director Cooper. Thank you for clearing up what we need to do if we're in support of this. So I appreciate that. Do we have anyone else that wants to add to the conversation? Okay, we'll go ahead and take a vote on this. If you could unmute yourselves, I'll call your names really quickly. And if you could just let me know how you're voting, I'll go ahead and get you marked. Councilmember Druffel?
I'm voting against it.
Okay. And just in case they joined the call, Councilmember Cash?
I'm against it.
Councilmember Evans? Councilor Hancock?
Against.
Councilmember Hurt?
Against.
Councilmember Lee? Councilmember Rosenberg? I think he's still having some technical issues. Councilmember Sorora?
Against.
Councilmember Toombs?
Against.
Okay. And I am also voting against it. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7, 0, 4. 7 against, and 0 abstentions. Thank you all so much. That concludes the official business for our meeting today. There will be an announcement today with regards to filling the vacancy that we have on our school board. As you all are aware, unfortunately, we lost one of our fierce advocates for education, school board member Anna Shepherd. So we are keeping her family and friends and constituents in our thoughts and prayers. So if you guys could just remember to lift up that family, we would be appreciated. And we'll get more information in the meeting today about next steps. Thank you all for joining the meeting.